here at Pantheon Grappling for our main grappling event between Ross Nicholls and Kamil Wilk. I am Daniel Strauss. I'm joined by Fred Greenall and Smiler.
Hello. Looking forward to this one.
Good evening, everyone.
Another double guard pull, 2 double guard pulls in a row.
I think we might see a few leg attempts on this.
Oh yeah. So here we've got actually 2 athletes who were originally scheduled to compete against different opponents.
That's right.
Camille was meant to be fighting Ashley Williams, and Ross was meant to be fighting Brad Hill. Brad Hill out with the flu, and Ash Williams out with an injury. So they just thought it would make sense. They just put them all together.
And, you know, well done, Kamil, because I know he's stepped up a weight class here, I believe.
Yeah, Ross is going to have a pretty significant weight advantage, about 5 kilos or so, about a stone.
It's a fair bit.
But both leg lockers, you know, so we'll probably see.
Yeah, it might not make that much difference, right, if there's not that much top pressure, we'll see. The longer limbs, however...
I told him about getting rid of those wrist straps earlier.
Never use wrist straps of any kind, right, Dan?
I'm trying to work out if there's some sort of joke in there. But
no, just because you're so good at lifting heavy things.
Yeah, I don't use any wrist straps.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
I used to. I found my wrists were weaker when I did.
I thought Fred was getting kinky, maybe.
Yeah, I was kind of didn't know where he was going with that. Kamil a few times now looking to attack a guillotine position, which always gets me very excited.
Does sound like it so far tonight. You love a good guillotine.
Oh, I love a good guillotine.
Who doesn't though?
Yeah.
You should tour the country teaching people how to do it.
Good idea, actually.
He's onto something there.
Put a pin in that.
So both of these guys are just feeling each other out. Not much in the way of leg lock attempts, but they're just seeing.
They're trying to get a measure of the other person.
I think so. You know,
Trying to see who's got the legs for it.
Yeah.
They're both definitely, very high-level guys, and you can just see the way that they're positioning their legs. They're just expecting it. But I mean, I know Ross can turn it on. I watched him on a different promotion, and I think he went like 20 or 30 minutes with somebody else.
Yeah,
he just doesn't get tired. I mean,
yeah, when he trains, he just goes continuously. He takes no breaks. Which is pretty much the opposite to my style of training. Factor in as many breaks as possible. Ross is attempting to step on the inside, and I imagine back step into the leg lock position. But
Camille's done a really good job of just controlling that inside space at the minute.
Yeah. Well, he's a guy who's very clued into this stuff. He's an accomplished grappler in his own right. So probably the underdog here, but it's not going to be by much. It's not going to be a walk in the park for Ross.
No.
And to be honest with you, I think that he's going to generally have a harder time with against another leg locker than he is going to have against someone who plays a more varied game, such as Brad Hill.
Yeah.
3 minutes in, not a single leg lock attempt, but generally when Ross goes for the leg, it tends to stick. He doesn't throw too many attempts that don't work. Almost past the half guard there for Ross. Kamil doing a great job of getting back into the butterfly guard position.
Now you see the difference there. Earlier we had a couple of matches where the person on the bottom was overhooking an arm.
Yes.
And when Kamil overhooked Ross's arm, Ross did not put the hand on the floor.
Yep. Ross deciding he's going to have a little bit more success attempting to attack from underneath instead of on top now. He gave it a go. At some point, I imagine if he doesn't get the sub in a few minutes, he's going to go, you know what, Kamil? I did my turn on top. It's time for you to go on top, and let's see what you've got.
Definitely. He's definitely trying that back step to his left, but Camille's
way ahead of it, yeah.
He's just not having it.
There we go, he's looking for it now. Here we go, Ross is into the position. He's got that in a good position. Switching to the other leg now. Kamil knows he's in trouble. He's trying to pull that leg past the line, does it successfully.
Ladies and gents, let's encourage these young men to tear each other's legs off.
First attempt really for any submission by Ross from either of the athletes was by Ross there. Didn't look very deep. Kamil looked very composed in escaping from that position, but expect very, very similar. Ross attacking one leg, switching to the other leg, keeping you guessing which one you need to be defending against. He's going to try and do a little bit of pressure passing now, looking at a knee through position. See that chin strap on the jaw there? is a great way of being able to control the head and possibly set up a guillotine to force the opponent to bail on the attack. Ross looking to drop that leg in the back step blind there without even taking the inside position.
Yeah, I was just thinking he was just almost hoping to fall into it, wasn't he? But I don't think Kamil's going to move that way. I don't think he's going to make that mistake. I think he was hoping for Kamil to like shrimp away.
Ross aggressively trying to step in on the inside there, but to no avail. Kamil's just
crosses his legs and just stops it, doesn't he?
You know, this is the thing that happens. You know, Ross had an excellent year last year here. He's finally sat into the position, switching the butterfly now,
Very nice.
taking that top position. Now, this is something that Kamil wouldn't have been expecting. It's for Ross to be attacking the upper body, but of course, you know, he's a black belt. He can do everything, just prefers to attack the legs. Potential far side armbar here.
My. I mean, Ross is very comfortable here. Let's see if he inverts.
He's going to switch to an armbar. He's definitely going to attempt it. This is what I like to see. The leg locks weren't working halfway through the match. Let's switch for an arm and try and take that home with us. Looking to free his legs out of this position.
Appreciate your advice here. Come on, help them out.
Oh, he manages to slide that arm out there. And now Ross is on his back, so it's Kamil's turn now. Let's see what he can do. Ross has a very nice butterfly guard. Look for him to use this to threaten the sweeps and use those entries to try and attack the legs. 3 minutes left of the match. This could well go the distance here. You know, one of the problems with, as I was saying before, Ross had a great year last year. He really broke out, and the problem with that is everyone knows your game and everyone knows your jiu-jitsu, so it becomes harder to do everything once people know what you're trying to do.
100%. We've actually been teaching the Ross Nicholls butterfly half 411 entry, you know.
And then people are learning. They're actually able to more successfully train specifically against your game.
Definitely.
Now this is a relatively last minute. I think this is a very last minute replacement here.
Thursday.
So yeah, exactly. This is a number of days. So
well
whilst
done
I don't believe that Kamil has had time to train, the advantage Kamil had is he already had a game that was very suited to defending against Ross's. Ross is passing the guard now. This is very nice. He's going to probably look to attack that far side underhook yet again.
He seems very, very intent on that, doesn't he? That seems to be his thing.
Oh, looking to potentially switch to a north-south choke there. Pretty low percentage as it goes as a submission. It's nice to see Ross attacking the upper body a little bit more. This is what I like. This is someone who has he prefers leg locks, but he actually has the ability to attack all parts of the body. So,
that's such a shame that they were on the edge of the mat there.
They can't restart that in the same position.
We'll see.
Trying to study it,
they can't. You know, I think Ross jumped into that position whilst they were already off the mat.
I think so.
Right.
It's
very
a shame
frustrating.
Though, because
it was
a good entry.
A deep entry, yeah. But if he could get it once, he should be able to get it again.
Certainly, yeah.
2 minutes left of this. You know, I do feel that Kamil has had 0 attempts of his own for any sort of leg entries. This is very much a match where he's looking to survive against one of the country's best. Not really having a moment to actually worry about his own attacks here. Purely looking to survive. And at the moment, doing a very, very good job of it. Which is, it is impressive, but I can't see Kamil catching a submission at this point. Kamil looking to overhook that arm. 1 minute left of the match. You know, Ross is going to have to pull out something pretty special, which he absolutely has the ability to do. You know, this is the one thing about Ross. He is a nice, mild-mannered. He's a pleasant fellow. But let me tell you, he has when he catches onto a sub, he's vicious.
Killer.
He's vicious.
Yeah.
You know, he you don't let the smile fool you. He is a nasty person.
People say that about me as well.
Bad person, yeah, man.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say it about you, Smiler. Damn.
The name Smiler is ironic in this case.
Now look, he's passed again. I think that's the third time.
He's going to look to attack an armbar now.
Yeah.
Right? He's eyeing up those legs. He's eyeing up that leg. He's going to sit through to it, switching the knee on stomach. He's just going for desperation move now. Why not? He's got 10 seconds left of the match.
And Kamil just
absolutely dominant. But the question is, can he take this in the last 5 seconds?
Oh. He wants it so badly. Wow, what an inspiration. Oh, do you know what? He might have had that with another 10 seconds.
Yeah, a bit to go. Unfortunate.
Ladies and gents, our main event grappling match of the evening is declared a draw.
So, very, very hard 10 minutes of action there. How do you feel the match went?
Very hard. Our opponent, Ross is a really top opponent. He's number 5 in the world and a few kilograms more heavy than me. So it was a pleasure. Thank you guys for coming. And see you next time.
You know, you took a match on last minute notice against one of the best grapplers in the country, a very dangerous grappler, and you managed to survive, so congratulations.
But I don't think about survive. I always think about win. So this is my loss, because when I don't win the fight, every time I lost, draw is like a loss.
That's the right attitude to have. Well done anyway. So, aggressively attacking the entire time, a few entries, looking like the last entry right at the end was probably the deepest that you had. Obviously, a last-minute opponent change for you meant that you were actually going against someone with far better knowledge of the leg lock game than you would have. How do you feel the match went?
Disappointed I didn't get the sub. It took me a long time to break down, particularly against high-level grapplers like that. You've got to attack and attack and attack, and then at the end, the entries started to become a little bit deeper every time I went for another one. Disappointed I didn't get the finish.
Well, you know, it's nice to see, which you don't see from a lot of people, when the leg entries weren't working for the first half. You actually showed that you're a well-rounded grappler. You passed the guard multiple times. You looked to attack with various different things. I think if the match was a little bit longer, who knows what would have happened, but a tough opponent.
You've got to look for threats everywhere, so that's what I try to do with my grappling. Is get them thinking about the upper half of their body, not just the lower half. So try not to get too kind of focused on one part.
Yeah, I'm sure you're very disappointed with the result, but a great performance anyway. Well done, Ross.